The Call of the Wild, 잭 런던, 야성의 부름 14번째 이야기. Chapter 6, For the Love of Man. When John Thornton froze his feet in a previous December, his partners had made him comfortable and left him to get warm. And they went up the river to get out a raft of saw logs for Dawson. He was still limping slightly at the time he rescued Buck, but with the continued warm weather, even the slight limp left him. Buck slowly won back his strength as well. They were all laughing, Buck, John Thornton, and Skid and Nick, waiting for the raft to come that was to carry them down to Dawson. Skid was a little Irish settler who only made friends with Buck, who, in a dying condition, was unable to resent her first advances. Nick, equally friendly, though less demonstrative, was a huge black dog, half bloodhound and half deerhound, with eyes that laughed and a boundless good nature. To Buck's surprise, these dogs manifested no jealousy toward him. They seemed to share the kindliness and largeness of John Thornton. Love, genuine, passionate love, was his for the first time. This he had never experienced at Judge Miller's down in a sun-kissed Santa Clara Valley. John Thornton had saved his life, which was something, but further, he was the ideal master. Other men saw to the welfare of their dogs from a sense of duty and business expedience, but he saw to the welfare of his dogs as if they were his own children. It was because he could not help it. For the most part, however, Buck's love was expressed in adoration. For a long time after his rescue, Buck did not like Thornton to get out of his sight. From the moment he left the tent to when he entered it again, Buck would follow at his heels. His transient masters, since he had come into the Northland, had bred in him a fear that no master could be permanent. He was afraid that Thornton would pass out of his life as Perrault and Francois and the Scotch half-breed had passed out. But Buck knew that he must master or be mastered. Why to show mercy was a weakness. Mercy did not exist in the primordial life. Deep in the forest, a call was sounding, and as often as he heard this call, mysteriously thrilling and luring, he felt compelled to turn his back upon the fire and the beaten earth around it and to plunge into the forest. But as often as he gained the soft, unbroken earth and the green shade, the love for John Thornton drew him back to the fire again. Thornton alone held him. The rest of mankind was as nothing. Chance travelers might praise or pet him, but he was cold under it all, and from a too demonstrative man, he would get up and walk away. When Thornton's partners, Hans and Pete, arrived on the long-expected raft, Buck refused to notice them till he learned they were close to Thornton. His love for Thornton, however, seemed to grow and grow. He alone among men could put a pack upon Buck's back in a summer traveling. Nothing was too great for Buck to do when Thornton commanded. One day, the men and dogs were sitting in the crest of a cliff which fell away to naked bedrock 300 feet below. John Thornton was sitting near the edge, Buck at his shoulder. A thoughtless whim seized Thornton, and he drew the attention of Hans and Pete to the experiment he had in mind. "Jump, Buck," he commanded, sweeping his arm out and over the chasm. The next instant, he was grappling with Buck on the extreme edge, while Hans and Pete were dragging them back into safety. "It's uncanny," Pete said after it was over and they had caught their speech. Thornton shook his head. "No, it is splendid, and it is terrible too. Do you know, it sometimes makes me afraid." "I am not laying hands on you while he's around," Pete announced conclusively, nodding his head toward Buck.